Oh, hey guys. I must have hit record by accident. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. It is a beautiful day here in Las Vegas. It is about 9:58 or so, which means I'm technically on time, but I like to be a little early for things. Usually I'll be at my home group right now, but the district meeting is happening now, and then elections for the district are happening later on this afternoon. I'm not going to stand for any position, but I definitely want to get to know people and see who's taking part in things and see who the movers and shakers are. So that's going to be an all-day affair. Later on, I'm going to have lunch or coffee or something with my friend Shella. And I'm filming this just in case it turns into a video. But I got to get to this meeting. I will see you later. Okay. Hey guys, how exciting. How exciting. That was my first district meeting for Area 42, I think it is. I think I might make this video about the service structure of the recovery program I practice, because it's the main focus of my day today, but also something I really want to get involved in. It was something I found deeply satisfying and rewarding when I was back home in Boston. And here, it's a similar, it's the same structure, colored a little differently, said and spoken a little differently, a little weirdly to my ear, but it's a language of responsibility and service and dedication that I am familiar with, and it was exciting to hear it from other people, and so I'm gonna, I think, get more active in the area as much as I can be. I spoke up during the meeting, particularly about the budget and the guidelines for the district. And I think some people were surprised at what I seemed to know, how I was able to share my thoughts, and they were like, you know what you're talking about. So it was kind of exciting. They're like, hey, join this committee, join this committee. Hey, come over here. And I'm like, oh, I really can't dedicate so much time because my schedule is very weird, but I'm just very exciting. If you know me, you can hear the excitement. So I think in a few minutes, once I have another meeting, this is the SACSIG meeting. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And then I will sit and chat with you for a few minutes before I have lunch with Shella, and maybe try to explain the general idea of general service in the recovery program that I practice. Yeah, I think that'll be today's video. But in the meantime, I'm going to get a little corner of a donut to feed this little pigeon because he looks hungry. And then I'm going to go to an orientation. So I will see you shortly. All right. I can't show you the room because there's other people there and it's an anonymous program, but wow, what a great, so I just left the orientation for new GSR's General Service Representatives. Now, hi. Nothing new was said to me that I have not heard before and told other people or taught other people, but it was really exciting to be in the room. The gentleman who was doing the orientation really knew his stuff and was able to express and set expectations really, really beautifully. So really exciting. And then I think, I don't know, 100 people just showed up and for the area meeting that is Southern Nevada. There's an part of the area that's Northern Nevada, which maybe I'll talk about one day. But the most exciting part was the tamales. I have never had a tamale. I know, let that settle in. I've never had a tamale. Now I just had 2 of them. They're much more filling than I thought they'd be. But they were delicious. I was a little anxious about, like, what part do you eat? Because I've never eaten a tamale. I found out quickly that you don't eat the wrapper. So I'm going to go back in the meeting, finish taking my notes so I can be prepared for my home group, and I will see you later on. All right, guys, I forgot how exhausting service meetings can be. I got here just before 10 o'clock this morning, and it is about 3:30. Thankfully, I ate those tamales. Otherwise, I would have been living on donuts the entire meeting. Let me put the stuff in the car. Hold on one sec. Oops. All right, guys. Hi. So, just got in the car. I just got a message from Shella. We're going to meet at California Pizza Kitchen over in Town Square. Hopefully, I'm going to try and get there by 4 o'clock. It is 3:22, so I don't know the odds of that happening. I told her I might be a few minutes late. I have to swing by the house, make sure the cats have had their treats, give them a couple scratches, then I can race over to Town Square. It's not that far for me, so I should be there on time or maybe just a few minutes late. So in a nutshell, let me give you a kind of an idea of what the service structure is. So, you know, I've been in recovery for a long time. In recovery, frequently, we go to meetings, and that can happen in a clubhouse, which is just a meeting place where a lot of meetings happen at one time. You can have meetings in church basements, in community centers, personal homes, meetings where just other alcoholics get together to help each other recover from alcoholism. All right, so that's just the meeting level. Each group has the ability, I think responsibility, to elect someone to represent them in, say, for example, the Las Vegas Strip. For the most part, the Las Vegas Strip down to Fremont Street is a little district, a little regional sort of area district. I don't want to use those words together because they're very different. But so a certain part of town might be a district. So that person who's elected would go to a separate meeting that's not primarily about how to recover from alcoholism, but to lean on each other for success. For example, if a meeting space has been having a difficult time attracting enough people to the meeting, so they can't pay their own rent, because we do contribute into a basket at each meeting to pay our own bills. So if the meeting, for example, can't attract enough people to actually pay their rent, or the group has a problem with a particular person causing enough physical disturbance that people don't go to the meeting, or any challenge or success a group might have as a whole can be brought to this district meeting where they can sort of discuss how things work, how things don't work. As a district, they might do things like have organized picnics or some sort of social events. They might sponsor, say, a workshop on traditions, concepts, on different sponsorship, different sort of workshops on different topics. A district can do a whole bunch of things that a little meeting, a little solitary meeting, can't do alone. It's like a kind of a social group, all with the direction and the aim to help other alcoholics find sobriety and recovery and keep sobriety and recovery. Has that made any sense? So one person is elected from each group. Not every time. Some groups don't see a need for a GSR, a general service representative. My home group didn't see the need for a GSR, but this other person, Kim, and I spoke at a business meeting about how important a GSR position is into the service structure as a whole. So the service structure is starts with the home group and the GSR. The district that I described will elect one person amongst that group to represent them in the larger area. So an area, for example, is Nevada. Nevada is its own area, area 42. And so that person goes to a meeting once a month where a representative for each district will go and attend and bring successes and challenges to their table. And maybe those DCMs can organize different events, fundraisers, all sorts of stuff for the larger area. Now, Nevada, because of its geographic spacing, because, you know, we have large population centers, then lots of nothing. And then you have, like, you know, Tonopah and Ely and all sorts of places that are very far away. There's sort of a divide they created to a north and a south section of Area 42. So I'm not sure if that made any sense. Now, all those DCMs, district committee members, which are the people that the GSRs elect, they will, and all the GSRs and any of the officers, because we have different officers, they will elect one person to go to New York, where there is a week-long conference where members of the recovery community and other officers in that community, and when I say officers, I don't want to confuse you. There are people like treasurers, because we have to pay rent in different places. If we're going to do have a picnic, someone's going to be a treasurer for that. Then we have a registrar, someone who gathers all the names and information of the members in a very not anonymous, but in a very careful way, so as not to break anybody's anonymity. But that registrar is going to disseminate information. This area secretary has work to do. So there are area officers that are elected into those roles as well, so that we have an organization with some guidance and some structure. It's not just a whole bunch of cats running around in a conference room, So the delegate goes to the General Service Conference in New York, and that's a week-long business meeting, and it's a week of complete, non-stop, practically 24/7 business meeting. It's not a vacation. It's not a getaway, but each of those positions that I've described have their responsibilities, but each of them have their own rewards as well. The most rewarding parts of my recovery have been in service to others and to the program that I practice. Back when I first got sober, my first sponsor was all about me sponsoring other people in recovery. My second sponsor was all about service to others. Now that I got a good grasp on my own recovery and I can help somebody else get sober, what part can I play in keeping this program moving for the future, beyond me, my lifetime, and that kind of stuff? And so I got really involved in service. For me, my service journey it started with going to meetings and being there, listening. It started with someone electing me to be a greeter. So basically, I just said hello to you when you walked in the room. I give a little hug if that was appropriate. Then I became a chair for a meeting, like a secretary for the meeting, so I would lead a meeting. And then what did I do? I became an alternate GSR. That's the person who does the job if the primary person can't be there. And then I became a GSR for the amphitheater group that is no longer, because the meeting place has been demolished. It might meet somewhere else, but so I became a GSR for that meeting, and I would attend the district meeting, and I would attend all the area conferences, all sorts of stuff. And you get to, I think the part of being in service that was the most gratifying was that I have always imagined that I was at the bottom of the pile, that I was the least capable person in the room. I always thought that if I couldn't handle anything of great importance with any responsibility, because I had proven to myself over decades of drinking that I was not a responsible person, that I wasn't to be trusted. My native language back before I got sober was chaos, So how was I supposed to be responsible for other people and myself? So blah, 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 blah. But I discovered I was more capable than I ever imagined. And it was very exciting. If you've ever been pushed into something big, into a job you didn't think you were prepared for, into an education, into a college that you didn't feel prepared for, if you're being pushed into parenthood, I'm sure that's a ride. We are all much more capable than we think we're going to, than we think we are. I don't think I've met a person in recovery who ever felt prepared for the work they were going to do, but we've all learned from what we had to do, and it's been an amazing journey. But I went from being a GSR to an alternate DCM, district committee member. Then I became a DCM, then I became a DCM chair. Each of those positions taught me how to prepare for the next position. And then I became, well, my favorite position I was ever elected for was service seminar chair. And my job there was to provide an orientation for people who were new to recovery, to service to other people in recovery. So when you're a new GSR, you walk in, you don't understand anything. People are using lots of acronyms you've never heard of before. People are talking about like the concepts, the traditions. I didn't know anything about these things. You know, you're like overwhelmed. Well, a service seminar chair was there to give you a little orientation to kind of guide you into service. And I would also be asked to help groups with a group conscience, which is when the group gets together to try and see, are they fulfilling their primary purpose, which is to help other alcoholics recover from alcoholism. And it's a very tumultuous experience. But as a service seminar chair, you're there to guide them through the process of finding a voice as a group without using my own voice, allowing them and guiding them to find their own voice. It's a spectacular job. It's so rewarding. Then I became an alternate secretary and then a secretary for all of Eastern Massachusetts. We had 2,200 meetings in Eastern Massachusetts, and my job was to take minutes and do anything a secretary should do for an organization for all of these groups. So all of these groups that have a GSR, there's 2,200 meetings. Not everyone had a GSR, but we would all meet, and my job was to take notes and make sure that everyone in our area, oh, hold on one sec. Sorry, there was some construction, and I had to take a turn and then get home. Yeah, being a secretary for Eastern Massachusetts was an incredible responsibility I did not feel prepared for, but it ended up being the best. My sponsor was our delegate to the conference for 2 years, and I was just so proud of him. John, if you don't remember, he passed away not long ago. All right, so I am going to head into the house, give the cats their treats, and that is kind of a nutshell of, I hope it was a nutshell. It sounded kind of crazy to me as I was saying it, but that's kind of the idea of what the service structure is. The groups are at the top of that pyramid, and as you represent more and more people, you work down to the bottom of the triangle, which is the pointy bit, and those are the people who are responsible for serving more people. So blah 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 blah. I hope that was somewhat eye-opening. This is what I'm getting myself back into. I found service to be a great part of my recovery, and I've been missing it. And now that I'm senior enough in the company, I can actually bid for lines that allow me the time to do the work that I really like to do. So yay! I hope I haven't confused you. If I have, leave a question if you have any questions below. I'll try my best to answer clearly and succinctly. Now let's get the cat some treats, and then I'm going to rush off to town center to see my friend Shella. All right, Eleanor. There you go. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Look how pretty his eyes are. There you go. Yes, so I put a little of the delectable squeeze up on my fingertip, and then the cats lick it off. This is just what we've done since day one. Originally, I did this so I would use their names as we had our treats, and they learned their names. There we go, handsome. Eleanor likes to gobble hers, but he's a little bit slower in his nibbling. All right, get it all? There's a little more. We go through 1 tube each, usually. Sometimes if they've been very good or I've been gone a little too long, they get 3 tubes between the 2 of them. And they love these treats. It's the delectable squeeze ups, and these are the with chicken. They like pretty much all of them except the duck and beef. They don't like that one. I've just arrived at Town Center. I'm in front of the Container Store. I think I know where California Pizza Kitchen is. That's where we're gonna meet. My outfit of the day is this banded collar white short sleeve shirt, and I've paired it with this very, very soft structure blazer, which is a dark navy with this white sort of nubbly texture. It's actually quite nice with a pair of jeans and a pair of Oxfords. Yeah, that's my outfit. You know, I dislike motorcycles when they're very loud. These cars that you can lease to drive around Vegas, oh my God, I hate them so much. They're so loud. They're so loud. You'll go up to Red Rock, which is... Oh, let's make lots of noise and prove we're masculine. Red Rock, they race around Red Rock in those cars, making all that noise. Oh, I just hate them. All right, so have you been to Town Center before? It's literally built to look like a little Spanish town square, almost. All right, there's, oh, California Pizza, because you're right there. All right, so Shella and I both got the same thing. She ordered soup and a salad, and I just did what she's doing. The tomato bisque, bread with oil, and just as Shella's putting food in her mouth. Shella was on one of my videos where we were in New York, and she got stuck in a beanbag chair. Do you remember that? If you don't, I'm sorry. I took that video down, but I'm spending, well, I had to take all those videos down. So I'm spending some time with Shella. If you remember Shella, one of the most attractive, one of the most thoughtful people ever. She's the one that got me the tickets to Mariah. Oh, she's also very single. She's the one that got me the tickets to see Mariah Carey. Good friend. So we're having our soup and salad. I will see you later. So here we have the Thai crisp salad, Thai crisp chop, something. She got hers with avocado. Ooh, ooh, oh. Sorry, no offense, but that looks yummy. So we just left the California Pizza Kitchen, just taking a little walk around, chatting, having a nice time. This is the little fountain area. Lights, kids playing with hula hoops and stuff over there. Shella, the gorgeous Shella, the Grinch. Not a fan of the holiday, but yeah, having a nice time walking around after dinner. We're at H&M, and if they had these that fit me, I would buy them in a heartbeat. Oh my God. I don't know why I like this. It's awful. A lot of sequins. It's very funny. We're in H&M, and I'm like, oh, I like that shirt. I'm wearing that shirt, and it has an H&M label. I'm actually wearing the shirt that's hanging on the shelf. How much is it? $20. I paid $4, so I win. It doesn't fit well, but it was $4. How fun is that? Well, that was a very nice way to spend the afternoon. I got here probably about 4 o'clock to meet with Shella at California Pizza Kitchen. We had a wonderful meal, great conversation, and then we just took a walk around the shopping area here. I think it's called Town Center, Town Square, something like that. So it is about 7 o'clock now. There's a Saks off 5th right there, so there's a temptation to go in there, but I really shouldn't buy anything. Push. So aircraft will come in, as obviously, right over this mall, and I'll tell you, that plane is probably about 100 feet above me as it crosses over. It's crazy, but it really had a wonderful day. I was very stressed. I'm still kind of stressed, but it was so nice to spend some time with Shella. She is an amazing human being. She's funny. She's smart, she's gorgeous, and she's just really just makes you feel good. You know, she's just nice, and she's so nice. We just had a little girl talk, a little chat over dinner, and then walking around the shopping area. Went to H&M, poked around a little bit, and yeah, now it's about 7 o'clock. I'm gonna head home, love on the cats, give them their evening treats, and then make sure my work device is charged, and then throw whatever appropriate clothing I feel I should take with me on my layover. There's a couple things I really have to do on my laptop during my layover. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going to do much, although that museum in Norfolk is so nice. I don't know what I'll do. I'll take you along with me though. In the meantime, I will see you then. All right, fly safe. Bye.